Not only does it annoy the parents, but it also disturbs the children.
And they had horrifying faces.
I don't want them with a face. That's the whole point of eating vegetables. They haven't got a face.
My name's Hayden Donnell, and I'm a New Zealander. I love kiwi onion dip, climbing trees, and Dave Dobbin. I'm a journalist employed by a website called the Spinoff, and lately I've been consumed by one obsession. For too long, museums have been cluttered with bird bones and squid corpses. So we're travelling across New Zealand. We want to secure treasures from our ancient past and convince our National Museum to accept them. I don't know if we'll succeed in our mission, but I'm willing to risk everything to get it to Te Papa. After my last attempt at getting something into Te Papa ended in failure, I had to find another artefact worthy of our National Museum. And for that, I had to think back 20 years. The 90s were a momentous decade for New Zealand. True Bliss released their first single. We had the America's Cup, Chatterings, the Kiwi burger song. But if there's one thing every New Zealander who lived in a major city near Big Fresh remembers from the 90s, it's Big Fresh.
Big Fresh, the big logo like outside of the supermarket. As a kid, don't really know that many words, but you could read Big Fresh.
Big Fresh was founded in 1988. Whereas other supermarkets were sterile, neon-lit hellholes, it exuded weirdness and fun.
In New Zealand, we don't have theme parks. We have Rainbow's End, which is an amusement park, and then we had Big Fresh.
Country music played. Kids could eat a bread roll for free. The floors were scattered with barrels and bags. But most importantly, swaying above every aisle were hordes of humanoid fruit and vegetables.
We went in and there would be music playing, and it was quite often the vegetables and fruit singing.
Those fruit and vegetables rocking there, you never know whether or not they're going to fall on someone.
If I was to use one word to describe the Big Fresh animatronic characters, it would be haunting.
They'd have these stationary mouths that were just fixed with a smile.
The moving fruit and vegetables had a pretty big impact on me as a kid because it reminded me to never eat fruit again because they probably have souls.
You would bring, obviously, your children to Big Fresh.
No, I do online shopping. I probably wouldn't, no.
Do they have a place in Te Papa? Yeah.
I think so. What else? They've got that horse that's made out of soup cans.
The Big Fresh vegetables should not be in Te Papa, no.
The Big Fresh animatronic fruit and vegetables should not be.
I don't care what they're called, they shouldn't be in Te Papa.
Yeah, in Te Papa, Big Fresh veggies, as you walk in, swaying. Gives you that sense of excitement and also a little bit of fear, which is what you want when you go to a museum.
I thought the Big Fresh animatronic fruit and veggies deserved to be in Te Papa, but finding them would be a challenge. In 2003, the chain was bought out by Progressive Enterprises. Big Fresh supermarkets around the country were replaced by food towns and Woolworths. The chain's star attractions disappeared, lost to a world of blandly stocked shelves full of fruit and vegetables that didn't move at all. How would I find them? I set our intern the task of searching every street in New Zealand for the lost produce. Please, if you could get to that. Meanwhile, I went to pick up my van. It was finally fixed after breaking down during my hunt for the Waitangi rubber penis. The trauma of that day was still fresh.
Oh my God, fuck!
But my problems weren't over.
You're going to be spending a minimum of $1,500 fixing it.
All right, mate.
Thank you.
Very good. No worries. All the best.
Oh, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. Oh, I hate this.
José and I drove to the seaside paradise Omaha to meet one of the visionaries behind Big Fresh.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Hayden.
Hi, how are you, Hayden?
This is Bill Harris, the genius who invented the Big Fresh animatronic fruit and veggies. It was the late 80s and Bill's brother-in-law Graham Evans had returned from America. He came back fizzing about a supermarket chain called Stu Leonard's.
We were talking and having a couple of wines, and he said, you know, this is what I've been thinking of. And I said,
you mean something like this? And he said, that's exactly what I want. When you came through the fruit and produce, we had a group called the Goodness Families. They were made up of carrots and apples and tomatoes and all those sort of things.
So your primary role at Big Fresh was designing the animatronic fruit and veggies. What was it that made you think what the supermarket needs is gigantic humanoid fruit and vegetables?
It took the boredom out of ordinary days shopping.
Was there like an inspiration when you were...
I've actually got the original drawings out of my studio.
Oh my God.
So I'll take you out and show you them.
That sounds amazing.
Come with me.
Thank you. 30 years ago, Bill had a moment of brilliance. A flash of creativity that would change the way New Zealanders thought about both shopping and huge fruit and veggies. And it all started here. They're beautiful, Bill. Did you really do them all in one night?
Yeah, no, the next day.
Well, the next day?
The next day, so...
You had dinner, you had a few drinks?
Absolutely.
Quite a few drinks, and you got up the next day?
Well, we had some drinks.
This is the man, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he was always good, and of course the banana was always good.
The banana, the cool banana.
The banana is always the cool guy, and I can't tell why. Why
Cool
bananas?
banana.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
Now, these are a bit more concerning. These look vaguely crazed.
So...
Like, these look like the drawings of a madman.
Thank you.
So do you look at these photos of the Goodness family now and think, God, there's a little bit of myself in them?
Well, I look upon them as good times. We had a lot of fun.
Fun for some, terrifying for others. Should fruit and veggies have faces?
No.
I vividly remember them having teeth. It's like, why do fruit need teeth?
It's a very similar feeling to how I feel when I see teeth with teeth. Like, you know, those dentist ads where there's a tooth singing to me about tooth decay. The tooth has a tooth, but it's not even brushing its teeth, it's brushing its body.
One thing was for sure, Big Fresh burned bright in the minds of New Zealanders. But unfortunately, its light flamed out too soon. By the end of 2003, Progressive had shut it down. It seems crazy that it's been nearly 20 years since we've had swaying humanoid fruit and vegetables in our supermarkets. I haven't seen one in a countdown.
And look how boring it is when you go to a supermarket.
So boring.
I know. Well, I'm sad that they're not around because I think they could have been donated to kindergartens and play centres and things like that.
For me, I'm thinking even bigger than kindergartens. I think they should be in Te Papa. You're not keeping any secrets from me. You're not.
No.
I mean, if you do know the location of a vegetable,
I did hear there was some in Christchurch, but that could have been just a rumour.
This was huge. There was a set of Big Fresh animatronic fruit and veggies in Christchurch. We managed to track down their owner. Hi, Steve. This is Hayden.
Hello.
Have you come into the possession of a full set of Big Fresh animatronic fruit and veggies?
We have them in some certain capacities. The large pineapples, the large cauliflowers, the large bananas, that sort of stuff.
Steve, are you a patriot?
Patriot?
Yeah.
Of course I am.
You love New Zealand.
Okay, of course I do, yes.
I have a great opportunity for you to do something for your country. I need you to give me your Big Fresh animatronic fruit and veggies so that I can take them to Te Papa.
No way. Definitely not. They're part of the family now. We've had them for so long, they're part of the family.
I mean, they're national level artifacts.
No way we're part of the vegetables. That's the end of that, Hayden.
Steve, is there anything I can do to make you change your mind? Like, I mean, I could sing the national anthem. I could do...
No, I'm sorry.
Luckily, we didn't want to go to Christchurch anyway, and we already had a lead on some former Big Fresh animatronic fruit and veggies here in Auckland. What looked suspiciously like a full set had popped up on social media posts. They placed them at the thrift store Junk and Disorderly on Auckland's North Shore. I resolved to pay them a visit, and this time, I wasn't going to take any chances.
So blowing my head a bit.
They do have a set of Big Fresh fruit and veggies and some other dairy ones as well. Well, here we have the salami and the banana. Apparently, he might be part of the Sizzler series.
Yeah, he's a Sizzle family member for sure. Oh, am I allowed to touch him, or is that sort of a forbidden?
No, you're more than welcome to touch him.
Oh, I am. Do you know why the bananas are always wearing glasses?
No, actually, I've never really thought about it. Why would that be?
It's because they're cool bananas.
Ah, of course.
Yeah, no, it's something that I learned.
There you go. But wait, there's more. Just up the top over there's the fresh and fruity yogurt and the lime juice.
So the lime juice is obviously really not enjoying tasting itself.
No, that's quite weird, isn't it, really? It's kind of looking like it's not enjoying it at all. Well, there's another one, which is the one that everyone's found the most traumatic. It's left the most traumatising memories probably to most of the children of the area in that day.
Well, I mean, because it has a face, you don't want to see it sort of knifing itself in the head.
Sure. A child that's looking up in a trolley is probably thinking, oh my God, the cheese is going to die. I think it's definitely a New Zealand icon. Well, as a collection, they're a New Zealand icon. They're part of our history, for sure, yep.
Do you have a favourite or?
Little Miss Mushroom is my favourite, for sure. I mean, how could you not like her?
Yeah, she does have sort of an innocence to her.
Doesn't she?
That one's face is horrible.
Nicole, are these for sale?
They are not for sale. No. For no price. They're like part of my family.
Okay, let's put it this way. Nicole, are you a patriot?
I am a patriot.
Would you let me acquire these big fresh animatronic fruit and veggies and get them to Te Papa?
I would love to say yes, but I just can't do it. They've been with me too long now, and it's just like selling off a member of my family.
I thought you might say that, so I brought something that I think will change your mind. Could you put your hands over your eyes?
Sure.
I'll be back. Nicole, it's Dave Dobbin.
Oh my God.
Call me loyal, I'll say it loyal to Nicole. Call me loyal, I feel it loyal, true. Call me loyal, I hold you as the end free. We are loyal. Keep it that way, baby, keep it that way now.
Nicole, in light of what you've just heard, Dave Dobbin singing the most patriotic song in New Zealand, will you reconsider and allow me to get your big fresh animatronic fruit and veggies to Te Papa?
Sorry, it's not going to happen, Hayden. I just can't do it. I'm sorry, Dave.
Thanks.
It was a great song.
But
I'll see you outside. Okay. I'm just disappointed.
Sorry, Hayden. I don't like to disappoint, but I just can't let them go.
Hello?
Our intern had finally come up with something and tracked down what looked like a full set of big fresh animatronic fruit and veggies in Kaipara. We had to check out the potential treasures. My dreams had come true. Shows that they're beautiful. An almost full set of the Goodness family here in Ruawai. I needed to secure the artefacts, but I had to be careful. This is our last shot. I wanted to extract as much information as possible from the Ruawai locals before making my pitch.
So you guys know we're talking about the big fruits and vegetables on top of Kaipara Kumara. What if those big fresh animatronic fruit and veggies were taken to Te Papa, our national museum, and they were put on...
I'm sure Ants wouldn't be happy with that one.
Ants was Anthony Blundell, the managing director of Kaipara Kumara. This was the man who held the future of my mission in his hands. He alone would decide if I went home empty-handed, or if I went to Te Papa triumphant. I was nervous. If Ants loved the big fresh animatronic fruit and veggies as much as he loved Kumara, I'd be hard-pressed to convince him to let them go. I needed to tread softly.
My late father, back in 2002, purchased them off Big Fresh as they were sort of closing down and being rebranded into Countdown. So yeah, he bought around about 8 or 9 original animatronics, or we actually call them wows.
But why do you call them wows?
Someone one day when we were working on them to get them up on the roof actually said, wow, they look really cool. So we thought, wow.
Okay, wow.
Quite nice and easy to relate to.
Wows.
We'd established an understanding, a rapport. I proceeded to probe deeper. I needed to tailor my pitch to Anthony's true emotions.
We had them down off the roof recently to give them a bit of a patch up and a paint up, and it must be said there was a few hugs and chats shared with these things as they were on the ground.
You hugged them and
yes,
on the ground.
I can confirm that. Yeah. I can confirm that.
Can you just describe how much they've weaseled their way into the town's heart?
Well, it was quite funny because when they were taken off the roof for us to give them their facelift, the amount of people that did stop me and say, where have the fruit gone? When are they going back up?
When you say, you leave the day, we'll head south and it's placed with the wells on the fruit on the top of the building.
Yeah.
They know exactly where we are.
This was frightening. The big fresh animatronic fruit and veggies meant a lot to Anthony, a lot to his colleagues, and a lot to Ruawai. But I knew they meant more to New Zealand. It was time to get down to brass tacks. I'd lured Anthony in with some small talk. Now I had to play hardball.
Anthony, are you a patriot?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Go the All Blacks, go Kiwi.
Go the All Blacks, yes.
If you had to choose New Zealand or your wows, do you think you could give one or more of your wows, your big fresh animatronic fruit and veggies, to me so I can get them to Te Papa?
You've done a great sell job today. I think, yes, we'd be more than happy with you to have one of our wows. Very hard for me to say that, but yes, we're very happy for you to have one of our wows and take it to Papa and show it off and show it around the place, Hayden.
For New Zealand?
Yep, for New Zealand. If that was a great move for New Zealand comes first, yes.
You won't regret this, Anthony.
Our long nightmare was over.
You gotta look after this mushroom, Hayden.
You can trust me.
We'd finally secured the veggie.
It's a lot bigger than I thought. I don't think we're going to get in the van.
Coming up on Get It to Te Papa.
José?
Yeah?
We're going to Huntley.
Oh, fuck.